losses through and through, but it's the rebel arm. Godspeed with devil's charm. The ship made get switchblades in every arm, and this way we explain.
All right, folks, we are live Thursday, June 4th, 2009. And I'm going to get into H.R. 1444 in a moment, but I really want to talk about the grovel fest that's going on overseas right now. Now, he's kind of talking about his Muslim roots. Now it's on ABC, NBC, CBS, and really, if you don't think that they're controlled by the same people, well, now they're in talks of actually doing business together. I mean, actually getting together. Hearst Publications, let me find it right here. Hearst Publications is going to be with Disney, and where's the last one there? Here it is. Disney, Hearst, NBC in talks of joint cable venture. So it's okay that he really does come from Muslim roots. So a year from now, is it going to be okay if he was actually born overseas? I'm sure they would love that, actually. It would pave the way for other presidents like Arnold Schwarzenegger to come in. The Walt Disney Corporation, Hearst Corp., and NBC Universal are in talks to create a new corporate entity comprising of the 10 cable channels the three companies own jointly, including A&E, Lifetime, and History. A spokesman for NBC Universal said which is the media wing of General Electric Corp., was not immediately available for comment. The three partners close to the deal to create a joint venture that would hold the three popular cable channels, basically outside of Fox and News Corp. And Rupert Murdoch. The rest of the big media would become under one tent officially. It's not like they're not controlled by the same people. And out there, you know, Obama's out there groveling to the Saudi prince. What is it? Prince Faisal, I believe. Meanwhile, if you believe the official version of 9/11, the majority of the hijackers came from there. And the ones they did smuggle through Saudi Arabia, they did so through a base in Jeddah, Saudi Arabia. And the head of the visa department actually went public and said, yeah, these were Islamic militants, and they were working with their asset, Osama bin Laden. And that's in Fabled Enemies. Well, we won't talk about that, Jason. That can't be true. That's not possible. The government's never done anything bad. And now he's just going to say, yeah, you know, I'm part Muslim. Maybe he will come out as a full-blown Muslim and try to unite the world. I don't know how he's going to do it while he keeps bombing Pakistan, Iraq, and Afghanistan. Pakistan kind of on the side. I wouldn't even know if I could call it bombing. I'm sure they're doing it, especially now that we know that they're using little microchips. They're giving militants microchips, folks. We covered this earlier in the week, to go throw into the other homes of other militants for $122 a handful, and then it guides a satellite-guided missile right into their home. And they can put them on cars, you name it. And one of the guys that was doing it just came out and said, you know, they were paying me so much money, $122 is big buco bucks apparently, that he was just throwing them everywhere, killing innocent women and children, no problem. Yes, he's the real loving president. And they're trying to prop him up as president of the world. If we need a new global president, it's going to be Barack Obama. And again, they're amalgamating everything under him. You beat the GIVE Act, well, you're going to get H.R. 1444. And people were saying to me, well, this is just a committee. This is just a committee. Yeah, it's a committee to set up everything they're talking about, which is to train leaders in public service organizations to better utilize individuals committed to national service and volunteerism. Meanwhile, it's mandatory. You go to Section 5, it says, what if all individuals in the United States were expected to perform national service or were required to perform a certain amount of national service? Part 6, whether a workable, fair, and reasonable mandatory service requirement for all able young people could be developed, and how such a requirement could be implemented in a manner that would strengthen the social fabric of the nation and overcome civic challenges by bringing people together from diverse economic, ethnic, and educational backgrounds. What that really means is it doesn't matter if you're rich, you're poor, you're upper middle class, you think you're a yuppie, you're still going to have to do it. And then you come at me, oh, well, I'm middle-aged. Oh, I'm a baby boomer. Well, they've got something for you. They need senior volunteers in Section 12, and they actually say they need to create, effectively, a way to promote service among the baby boomer generation. What is this? It's mandatory service from the cradle to the grave. We got a blog over at the INFOWARRIOR.com right now. We'll be back after this, 866-582-9933.
The good old folks at New Silver Solution. And the website is supernew supernaturalsilver.com. Supernaturalsilver.com. This is something that kills bacteria, viruses, you name it, well documented. They've got it down to a super small nano-sized particle. Supernaturalsilver.com. Check them out at INFOWARRIOR.com. Supernaturalsilver.com.
You know, this police state is really going all over the place. It's not just in the United States. Europe, and especially London, is out of control, and it's now coming out in the mainstream. This is the Telegraph, and other blogs are picking it up, that police are arresting innocent youths for their DNA. This is an officer claim, so we'll see where it goes. But we know they have the database. We know that people are voluntarily giving up their DNA. I mean, we had Hoosia's daughter go see McGruff, the crime dog, and what'd she come back with? Get on the little mic. What's the deal?
Oh, yeah. So, well, you're talking about the biometric scan action?
Yeah, I want to tell people how much they databased your daughter. What'd they get from her? They got her DNA, right?
Yeah, she got the DNA, fingerprints. Looks like she got the dental records going on.
And it was all fingerprints. It wasn't just a thumbprint, right?
Yeah, all the fingerprints, little picture, basically a mugshot. All
because of a cartoon character in a suit. And really an image that we grew up on. McGruff, the crime dog, took a bite out of crime, my friend. And, you know, those 3 networks I was just talking about that are almost in a deal to purposely come together at the apex of the pyramid, they're the ones that promoted him. Every Saturday morning that we were watching the Smurfs.
Didn't he have his own cartoon?
For a little while. See, he had what he also had? He had the cartoon commercials at first. And then it was him in a suit commercials. But he would always come to the school. So you got really comfortable with him, and that passed on generationally. You know, it's kind of like Mickey Mouse on a lower level. But McGruff the crime dog is now DNA databasing. If they can't get McGruff, they're just arresting young people as young as 10, believe it or not, and taking their DNA. No crimes, never committed a crime. Let me read this for you. It's absolutely
arresting them for no reason.
No reason, no priors. 10-year-olds. Listen, officers are targeting children as young as 10 with the aim of placing their DNA profiles on the national database to improve their chances of solving crimes, it claimed. Long-term crime prevention strategy is what it's being called. A Metropolitan police officer made the claims after figures were released that show 386 under-18s had their DNA taken and stored by police last year in Camden, North London. That's one place in North London.
So you're saying they took their stuff just in case they...
Let me read it. The officer said...
Crimes?
Listen, this is the officer said, Have we got targets for young people who have not been arrested yet? The answer is yes. But we are not just waiting outside schools to pick them up. We are acting on intelligence. It is part of a long-term crime prevention strategy. If you know you have had the DNA and it is taken on a database, then you will think twice about committing a burglary for a living. We are often told that we are just one chance to get the DNA sample, and if we miss it, then we might mean a rape or a murder goes unsolved in the future.
Oh, man, it's totally like that one movie, Minority Report.
Yeah, I mean, everything's like in fact, you know what? I'm glad you brought up Minority Report, because that's going to be a good segue into Project Natal. Get that Project Natal up there. This is the Milo thing. I've talked about Project Natal. There's a blog over on the InfoWarrior, but I want you to see how intelligent some of these games, the games have true AI, and the scanning is unbelievable. Do you understand it works today, now? You're interacting with a camera that reads your biometric voice print, that reads every motion of your body, that can be accessed via the internet at all times. That's going to be in millions of living rooms this Christmas. But you don't understand the implications of that. You're just going to go back to bed. You're going to buy one, and you're going to worship it. You're not even going to put something over the camera. Remember, the voice thing could be activated at any time. And the AI on this thing, this is why you need a PrisonPlanet.tv membership. It's cool you'll be able to see this on YouTube tomorrow, but if you're listening now, you really can't appreciate what this thing is unless you're online and going to check this out, because it is incredible. It's on another level. This scanning technology, I mean, I guess we'll have to see how it works when it gets on the consumer level, but if it's half as good as they're showing you in the demos, this is very dangerous. This is a unbelievable spy device.